Next up.
Yeah. I used ChatGPT yesterday or a couple days ago though when I was working on Deeper for the treasure chest
Mhm.
stuff. It was pretty nice. I don't know if it made it faster, but it was good because I asked it to write a or a breadth first search function for me, and then I just kind of took pieces of that to write the code to search for the surrounding available tiles.
Nice.
Yeah.
And, I mean, otherwise you would have, or is that something you like knew already and you're double checking it, or would you have had to like Googled it if you hadn't chat GPT'd it?
I would have had to Google it. Even yeah, a few months ago when I was doing the depth first search, even that I had to look up, and I know depth first search better than I know breadth first search.
Got it.
I feel like it's used for more things. I don't know if that's actually true, but I can think of more examples when we would use it than for breadth first.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've been using Copilot, and the
I like
example I
that
showed
spider.
today at work was kind of a highlights the problem. It like was definitely suggesting something that was completely wrong. It was literally just trying to suggest the function that was literally right below the function,
Uh
almost
huh.
verbatim, except maybe the spacing in some of the lines of code was different. And then it didn't even bother to finish the function. So it's like it didn't have like a close bracelet and didn't finish the the method call with the appropriate number of parameters in it. It was a little weird. It was that bad. Um, but sometimes it's better,
Yeah.
and it just like it shows. Um, it shows it's a little bit better than like IntelliSense, right? So you get like a little bit more of a suggestion, and you can like just tab your way through it and fix the parts that are wrong, obviously are clearly wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's cool. Yeah, the little bit I've seen of it, I wasn't super impressed by, but overall, have you been liking it? I haven't actually used it. I've just seen a little bit of it.
I don't know if it's worth $10 a
Uh
month,
huh.
but I think at this point it should still be free, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
Is
that.
this chat GPT?
No, this is Copilot. Did that
Oh,
track just
right,
lift
right.
up as you were running over it?
It did because it's like a little bit physicsy based, so that well, kind of all of these are. So if you kind of just like plant your
Oh, okay.
weight
All
a
right.
little bit, it'll kind
Does it
of
does it get reset,
like
or is that it until you reset the model?
if you restart the scene, so you can I don't know, like it's meant to just be like a little teeter tottering and kind
Uh-huh.
of mess with you a little bit.
Okay.
Nice. Why did those first two? I feel like they bounced up the opposite way that I was expecting.
I agree. Um, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but
Maybe a little too physicsy.
uh,
it's a good question.
but it's cool though. Maybe it'll be a feature. Wrong physics. Keep people on their toes.
let's see what this one. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's a good question. Oh no, I'll
It's
have
a
to
work
play
in
with it.
progress, obviously.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. What was I talking about?
Copilot.
Copilot, right? It's I think it's worth using as a better IntelliSense, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, nice.
and in that respect, it would be a decent feature, and especially as it improves. But for now, it's just um, kind of weird. Uh, and I used ChatGPT for a couple weeks actively to try to like do stuff, and even that's not always great. And my my opinion still holds true. it's a cool technology. It's gonna get better, obviously, but I don't think it's ever gonna surpass the human because
Mm-hmm.
it's not really being creative. It's not thinking. It's just kind of guessing what should come next. It doesn't understand
Yeah,
concepts, right?
Yeah.
it's just reading text and it knows what text should come after whatever text, right? So
Yeah.
that's why you get like the weird answers sometimes. Or even if you just ask it to repeat itself sometimes, I feel like it'll give you a different answer.
Hmm.
Like you can easily convince it to give it a different answer, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely, can regurgitate information in a way that's easily readable. And I think
Yeah.
for me, it's becoming a way, especially ChatGPT, maybe not Copilot, but a way to like run a search, right, on a topic that
Yeah.
I need to know more about. Because searching with Google is like pretty shitty experience, and
Mm-hmm.
asking ChatGPT, it gives you definitely a better, human readable answer, and it might not be right, but you can ask it for like what are your sources, link your
Oh, I haven't done
references.
that yet.
Yeah, and it will give you the sources, and then you can go confirm what it's talking about, or you can see that the source is kind of like BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this is just a troll on, you know,
Yeah.
Stack Overflow or something. You know,
I do like that you can just kind of talk to it though.
yeah, yeah.
Um, my girlfriend was making fun of me because she was reading some of the chats, and I say thank you to it when it gives me a right answer, and I'm like,
Well,
I don't know. It
that's
gave
why
me
you'll survive the uprising, and the
ex-
rest of us are doomed.
exactly. Uh, but I've been liking it. I know we've been supposed to be using it for a while at work, but I kind of just started using it a couple days ago. Um, but I've been liking it a lot. When I was doing the breadth first search thing, it was it was doing this thing where basically it would add a thing to it would add the same thing to this list twice. And I was like, hey, are you adding that to the list twice? And at first it was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then it went to explain exactly how it was adding the thing twice. Like twice it says, and then we add this to the list. And then I was like, hey, but you just said twice that you added it to the list. And then it was like, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I did add it to the list twice. And that's that
Right.
story.
No, it's funny you mentioned that because I was been watching this channel on YouTube that's all about AI and like in applications like ChatGPT, and he said what big difference between 3 and 4 is it being able to check itself, like when you either check itself or like what you did, prompt it to check itself, and it's pretty good with picking out like those errors that it makes and then correcting them. Is that
Yeah.
what version of ChatGPT have you been using?
I think it's just the 3.5.
Okay.
Well, I think I went to Bing because
Hmm.
I was being told that there's 4 is available out there, through these other services. So I registered on Bing, and I found it to be kind of more useless somehow.
Hmm.
I like these fuzzy balls. Did
Yeah.
you apply the grass filter to the ball?
It is a yeah. It's a fur, I think
Oh, okay.
specifically. Um, but actually, I think I did maybe put it on like the terrain here. So in certain spots, I kind of mix it.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, I like them. I like them too.
Yeah, so I've tried Bing, and I don't know, it just didn't feel. It felt more curated and not as useful
Hmm.
somehow. Like it being curated made it useless. It was more like a search bot than it was like talking to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that makes sense for it being built into a search engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what version I was using of ChatGPT.
If it would have been 3.5, unless you're, I think, only paid customers and not even all paid customers get access to 4 right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, then definitely not. Yeah, I just Google ChatGPT and go to the whatever website that is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Christian and I did try to use ChatGPT to do the network stuff that we did the other couple weekends ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we just wanted to have a weekend where we just tried to use ChatGPT to do all the coding, and it wasn't super useful. It was
Uh-huh.
it was it was not right enough, and Christian was like, I don't know, I think I could have wrote this faster than asking ChatGPT.
Yeah. My my buddy sent me a video where it was this guy basically creating Flappy Bird,
Oh
but
yeah, I saw that.
the
I didn't watch it, but I saw the
yeah,
for it.
yeah, where basically it was just, the only code that was being put in it was code written by ChatGPT. And they did it. I mean, it was, Flappy Bird's a very simple game, but and it tended to work. Like, I feel like he didn't need to massage it too much. I feel like there's only a couple things that he needed to say, hey, but do it this way, or this doesn't quite work. For the most part, a lot of it worked right off the bat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have not been that lucky. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That maybe ChatGPT doesn't give me the right answers.
I
Have you
mean-
been saying thank you? I mean, I feel like that's
Maybe if I did thank you,
a big
yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Got to be polite. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, most of the stuff I've been asking it is probably more complicated than Flappy Bird. All right. I mean, a breadth first search isn't like super duper complicated, but it's complicated enough that I could see it getting wrong. And even then, I mean, it got it really quickly. The only thing that it was doing wrong was not even a huge, like, I don't think it broke anything. It was just adding that thing to the list twice.
Mhm.
And then I needed to pick it out for my specific purposes because I just asked it to do a breadth first search basically. So it didn't write exactly the right code. Because it like made a random grid too, but I already have the access to the grid, so I don't need that. But yeah, I mean, it didn't take too much massaging to get it right. But yeah, maybe it's because I say thank you.
Maybe.
When I worked at Kmart, the other workers called me Ned Flanders because I say okie dokie and I'm just a generally polite person, even to robots.
Okay, Ned. Rob, with those big giant swinging fur balls, if you hit them,
Yeah.
they knock you across the world.
Like it doesn't do anything extra right now. It just if it would push you. It could push you if it hit you, but it wouldn't. There are certain things in the world where like there's a spot where like I have boulders fall, and if the boulder hits you, it's not just the push of the physics object, it'll launch you.
Hmm.
But for those things, like I kind of want you to jump on top of them, so I don't know. I guess it'd be hard to determine.
Mm-hmm.
I have to put like some sort of two triggers on it, like one to notice if you're on top of it, I guess, and one if it was below and should launch you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is your guy supposed to be like really tiny?
Not necessarily, but I do have like tilt shift on to make it feel smaller, and then there are like lots of platformy things, so making like like they make it like even just like these things. They make it easier to just have something to jump on that's not I like everything doesn't have to be inside of a cave then I guess with and be a rock that you're jumping on or just like
Yeah.
I really did want to like avoid um like maybe like having just floating boxes in the air I guess for you to jump on. Like I wanted it to feel like you were jumping on something, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the planet's really big, not your guy's really small.
Yeah, maybe yeah. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Uh-oh. What's the B gonna... Oh, the B is the fast travel?
Yeah, you can like this one doesn't have like the mount on it, so it won't take you anywhere, but actually if we keep kind of going up we can kind of there's ones up here. So there are ones where if I can actually kind of maybe like cheat and kind of go faster. Um like yeah, this one's got the mount, so this one goes back to the first city that we started at.
Oh, okay.
We're kind of in like this. Oh, nice. It actually is accurate. But we're kind of like at the Swan Tree. So actually, we could like go back to where we came from, or there's another bee that'll go to the secret red sphere location, or there's the swamp location, or there's actually the other bee that fast travels you back to where you started. Um, so there's like a bunch of them to kind of fast travel you spots, I guess.
Nice.
Like the owl at Arena of Time.
Does the owl do that?
I'm pretty sure he'll pick you up and take you places if you. I don't know if you have to give him something or what those criteria are. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Doesn't sound familiar to me. I believe you, but doesn't sound familiar to me.
Let me look it up and make sure I'm not crazy. Because now.
Yeah, don't want to
No,
gaslight you, but that doesn't sound right to me.
What does the Cypher Prime one look like? Does it look like Will?
Blue. It's this blue red one. You want to go with that one?
Sure.
It's kind of like I guess this is kind of like Optimus Prime kind of, but I just called it Cypher Prime.
Is its name BJ?
We could. I don't know. Is Cypher Prime gonna come after me legally? If they do, then it's gonna become that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
BEJ.
Oh no. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I think you just learn a song for a specific dungeon, and then you can play that song to fast travel there.
So I asked ChatGPT and it said, yes, you can. It does take you places. Like sometimes it'll just pop up and tell you information. But other times he can take you to like a specific place that can help you get there faster than you would get there otherwise.
Oh, I feel like it's like if you go through the forest or something like that, and then it's like, yeah, I'll take you back to the beginning, unless like you can talk, you play your song and you travel somewhere specific because the owl takes you there. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I'm not seeing anything. I'm using old-fashioned Google, but
Did Google tell you the owl's name?
well, I know the owl's name is Kapora Gabora.
Okay.
Although right here it does say Kapora fly across various regions is the 6th fastest way of traveling. Or maybe it's the 6th slowest? I don't know. I'm going to look up.
What are
This is Kapora. I thought it was Kapora.
Glowy things?
They give you the bullets,
Oh, okay.
and then that lets you do the that like armory screen where you can kind of determine like what
Yeah.
actually if I go back to it here. Like if you want more bullet speed or damage or bullet force.
Okay.
So we could like modify these. Like we could bring this down and get more bullets if we wanted to. Or just go like way up and have like even less shots, but now they're going to be like even more powerful, I guess.
Gotcha.
I forget. Yeah.
So your
I forget
money
where
is
I was going,
bullets.
but yeah. Well, let's maybe see where this B goes because I kind of don't remember. Oh, this is where we just came from. Oh, okay. So okay, so I might have just found a bug. Sorry. We'll go back because this should take me back to where we just were, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So I have to like fix the pointers, I guess.
What was that bug?
Oh, that's a fun bug. Yeah. I don't know.
Your little floaty guy?
It's some sort of I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. It's like some sort of graphics glitch, and if you don't move the screen so it goes off, it starts to infect the whole screen. And the whole screen turns white. So I just moved the screen real quick. It happens when you first load it in for some reason. Actually, in the first level, I say like because you're in cryo sleep or something that like you may get sun flares, but it's really just that bug. And I'm trying to get people to just like shake the screen to get rid of the bug.
Not a bug, it's a feature.
Rather
than try and fix the bug, I just kind of apologize for it and hope people work around it.
It's funny. You give people a tutorial for the bug, how to handle the bug.
Is your water shader an asset from the store, or is that something you wrote yourself?
No, yeah, it's an asset. I'm on built-in, so it's just like a free low poly. I think it's called low poly water shader. I really just wanted something that was had the like dynamic lines around the edge, so that if you go if you like go in or something, actually we could probably put one of these in there. Nope. Okay, so that's another bug. But yeah, okay, now they're going. If they get in, then the line will kind of dynamically update, which is nice.
Nice. Makes me think of Wind Waker, since we were talking about Zelda earlier. I like how the water looks in that game, and this looks similar.
Definitely.
I definitely, tried to copy that kind of shader and texture of Wind Waker. There's more of it somewhere. If we get to there's like a waterfall city that we sort of saw before. It's basically that Wind Waker texture, like all over the place.
Nice.
This guy's kind of messed up too, so we'll kill him real quick.
I was just about to say he looks pretty cool.
Oh really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Definitely looked a bit funkier than the other ones, but yeah, it was a cool look.
Oh, there's a lot of. So all these things are like bombs, There's a lot of
Oh.
them here right now, I guess. But they die they'll die pretty quickly.
What's that thing walking and nearly stabbing you? Oh,
Uh,
that's crazy.
I just call it like a goo. Zennis, you called it like the walker, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you say it was like the walker? Yeah.
Yeah, I called it a walker.
Oh, there's
Nice.
like another.
That's cool.
He like shoots raycasts around, and like if it hits stuff, he'll kind of deviate based on like what it's hitting. So there's like 8 raycasts shooting out around its head, and then it
Nice.
kind of turns towards the player, but it's also like kind of turning away from stuff too. Ooh.
Does it just wander around randomly, or does it go somewhere?
It does slowly kind of search for the player. So they all kind of know where the player's at, and then they'll kind of slowly make their way towards the player.
Gotcha.
Like a stalker.
Yeah.
And this guy kind of shoots and goes back and forth at you.
The goopy guy looked a little bit like the water wraith from Pikmin 2 to me, which is a scary enemy in that game if anybody's played it.
Which game?
Pikmin 2. It
Oh, I
looks
haven't-
like it works
yeah.
a lot differently, but just appearance-wise, it kind of
Yeah.
looked like it. Okay, guess I'm the only Pikmin guy here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Sorry.
Great.
Trying to create some conversation organically, and it didn't work.
I feel like this is harder to hit now. I don't know why. I'm like shooting faster now, so maybe I'm used to maybe leading the bullets a little bit. Kind of sneak in here.
Like between like the kind of forced widescreen aspect ratio and there being no UI over the actual gameplay, it feels like everything's a cutscene, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot of clutter, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I very much tried to, I guess like not do the sort of Ubisoft, I guess, thing, and just have the UI all kind of over the place. I don't know. Like I did want people to like have to explore. I kind of hate it with some of those where like there's so much UI telling you where to go that
Mm-hmm.
you almost wouldn't need to look at the screen even because you could just follow all the UI.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Nice.
There are definitely games that you could beat just looking at the mini map, and that
Yeah.
kind of defeats the purpose.
Do you work on this game with anybody else, or is it just you?
Yeah, sometimes. Usually, I teach too, like with Zenith. So,
Nice.
usually it's like student interns and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So actually, like one of my students or like former students did the drone, like the navigation for sort of flying around. Another one did that goo creature. One kind of set up like the door system. And then I sometimes I'll just go in and like tweak the effects or just kind of play with some of the settings a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a little bit, I guess, of that for it, although yeah, he's kind of bad quick, but sometimes when those ones get hit, the force of the bullet can kind of cause them to change their trajectory a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
That's kind of cool.
the purple things give you time.
Oh, I didn't
there's
even
like a
notice
little
the timer counting down.
yeah, this is the timer, which is also super broken. I need to like, I don't know. Everything happens in seconds, so you have to like work back from the seconds to get the right time, and I haven't done it right. So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that gives you more time. Which now there's like crazy amounts. But then if you die, that'll kind of reset.
Mm-hmm. Do you die if the timer runs out? What's the timer for?
Yeah, yeah. If you die, you'll reset. You end up going back to like your home base, and then every time you die, you get an upgrade. So it's kind of rogue light in that sort of way.
Okay.
Oh
Cool.
no,
Oh, man.
cool.
Is there any kind of story element that explains the timer? Like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
like your
ask.
life force has
Just gonna black
that
it
much
out for
time
the
left
moment.
or something along those lines?
Oh, it blacked out.
Yeah, I blacked it out for the moment, just so we don't see any.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, um, yeah. I should. Sorry.
Good.
Yeah, there's like a actually maybe I can kind of pull it up. Maybe while this is loading, that might be a cool thing to sort of see. I think it's in videos. Yeah, so this is this is like the intro cutscene. Oh, you probably can't hear it though, right?
No, no,
Or can
we can't hear it.
I if I well, I'll just play it then, I guess, and explain it. I got my cousin to do the like an explanation, so that's what I was going to show. So, um, these are like all the Eternalists. So everyone's trying to like live forever through this alien technology, and then the roboticists use like machines, but the biologists will like alter their DNA. So that's how you get the like humanoid creatures.
Nice.
And then these are the bad guys. So then the bad guys want everyone to sort of die. But they're also using like the technology, and this is them killing all the different robots. So this is sort of the explanation of, I guess, the bad guys, and then he is also maybe the bad guy, but maybe not? Question mark. And this is the alien. So this is the alien technology, which you find at ruins. So there's like mysterious ruins of alien technology that have all the purple stuff. So that's kind of what you're trying to sort of figure. You're trying to get it and sort of figure it out. And then yeah, I don't know. The spoiler, I guess, is that the aliens decide not to like live forever, I guess. So that's why you could jump. That there's that one level where you can kind of like jump into the space whale or something.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of like what's happening there.
Yeah,
Cool.
Let me skip to. I'll just skip to the scene it was gonna go into.
Uh-oh.
It's that scene.
So it was. Maybe it is that scene. Maybe that's what was messing with the build. I could try skipping to the next one. It'll take us into the boss fight, I guess.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Can you start at any scene and it all still functions properly?
Yeah. Usually when it crashes, it's because it's usually not. Usually it's like it's been running for a little bit, and that's kind of why it crashes. I feel like it's some sort of memory thing where I'm spawning too many objects that I'm not like cleaning up properly or something, or I'm not object pooling enough or something. I feel like.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There he is.
That's creepy.
Oh wow, his head spun. Okay, his head.
That
I don't. His
that
head doesn't
needs
usually spin like that.
that
Oh
needs to
wow.
be a feature because that is way more terrifying than actually turning
It's
around.
definitely not supposed to do
Watch out for the Goombas.
Yeah, that's good.
He's not. Oh, see, yeah.
See, I
Like
thought
he's hardly even attacking. I'm just getting hit by that like giant bone. So
Mm-hmm.
see, I thought the walkers were unsettling with the way they moved, but that thing's head spinning around 360 is it's another level, especially if it was accompanied by like some like super like squishy sound and whatnot. And that would
Oh yeah.
be enough
Or
to get your
bones
players
clicking.
right. Hmm.
so this is like your home base or whatever that you can kind of get a bunch of shops, and then these are like the upgrades. So I've died a lot. So like actually maybe I should kind of give myself more health and shields. Um, Can we get maybe some more energy too? Cool. And then we could kind of fly back to that scene, I think. But maybe we'll just like fast travel.
That guy looks cool.
Oh yeah. So actually a lot of these I do get off some of these I've gotten just off the asset store.
Ah,
Some of them I made like this guy or is like I made, but
nice.
or like this little guy. But yeah, at a certain point it was like, oh okay, these take a long time to make.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried fixing those animations to make them a little cleaner. I guess maybe that's why his head is spinning now. I'll have to mess with that some more, I guess.
I mean, the rest of the movements did look smoother than they did just on Friday, so that makes sense.
All right.
Mud boy or meat boy? You haven't settled on
Sometimes
that
it says Mud Boy, sometimes it says Meat Boy.
The one dude is supposed to be. Oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah, he's supposed to be Mud Boy. So I was gonna. Basically, he's just the same model as the guy that's in the final level, but I was just gonna change his textures. So in this level, he's supposed to be Mud Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to change that text. You're like, you think I should try and keep that in?
I like it.
I
yeah.
think you should.
I do, absolutely.
I didn't realize it wasn't intended.
He like doesn't really hit you. That's probably like just terrible game program. I don't know, game programming, game design. Like I'm really kind of dying in this fight, but he's not attacking. He's just walking towards me. Like that's kind of bad. Like if that thing just gets close, I gotta get him to like attack from further up.
So is there just like a collider on the bone, or is it a collider?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably try and make it so that it's when he swings. There we go. Because he does do a couple of different attacks, and like there is like a weak state at some point where he'll kind of fall over, and then you can stab him in his eye or whatever.
I like the level of obviousness of the weak point. Like I feel like it's not super duper obvious, but it's also like, yeah, that's where I feel like I should shoot.
That's good. He might even have oh, you know what? I should also probably I should probably destroy this ball. This is how you kind of get out, but maybe that's not super clear. I could probably just make it so it disappears when you shoot him. Hopefully that load doesn't also crash, but
heavy metal.
Cool. And then this kind of spits you back out to that first scene.
Nice.
So you can kind of head back to the ship and go to another planet or something.
Nice.
Where do we go? Should we go back to that final? Maybe we should go back to that final planet question mark or something, at least for like a second.
Be a good way to send this off.
Yeah. Planet Rain, or R41N.
This is the one where it's just like it's meant to be like it's kind of crashing, like it's kind of kicking you out, and then there's really nowhere to sort of land, and you can kind of just die. So you really kind of have to like just fly, and then you can kind of like try and land on the rocks and make your way in.
That's cool. Is there any fall damage?
There's like velocity based damage, so if you're like hitting the ground, like I might even be able to like hit the ground hard enough just here that'll take some damage. But I could probably even just like dash into the wall. If I dash fast enough, he will kind of get hit. I think you get. I may have programmed in at some point like you get a second of invincibility just with the dash. Because you used to like dash right into the ground at one point. So maybe that gives you like a second. But yeah, generally, so you could fall from anywhere. It's just sometimes you want to like soften your fall with the jetpack or whatever, so it doesn't. So you don't hit the ground too hard and kind of die that way.
That makes sense.
Actually, some of those images I messed with AI. Like I just had the image and then I put it into like the image generator just to see and messing with like different parameters to see how it could kind of like modify the like original base image. I kind of put it in there.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Oop.
But that was kind of weird. It's like the health bar was kind of moving without the character.
Yeah.
Do you guys have this many bugs when you play your games?
Sure.
Yeah.
I wish our games played this cleanly. You should see
Yeah.
our Unity project right now for deeper errors that we can't even explain.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, actually, like that health bar is not moving with the character. I guess I gotta put it on. Maybe it's I didn't parent it right. I guess.
Yeah, at one point we had all the health bars of the enemies was just like, so it's a 2D game, but it was just in the middle of the dungeon or area or whatever you want to call it, middle of the grid, all in the same spot, stacked
Yeah,
on top of each other.
What? How did you fix that?
I don't think I did. I thought someone else did, but maybe I did. I'll take credit for it.
I'd say did it just fix itself?
I thought you fixed it, but
No, I definitely did
maybe not. Yeah, so maybe it fixed itself, or maybe in fixing some other thing, it just happened to get fixed.
So you kind of got me thinking, Rob, that maybe I want to make a game where I just use AI art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know how well it could do art assets, right? It probably can't
I
do
mean,
art assets.
Yeah. It's funny because like it's sort of the same with like ChatGPT. It's like everyone's like this is the next big thing, but and you can, I guess, if you're good enough at manipulating it, like you can get nice rendering and stuff like that. But sometimes like when I do like a test thing or whatever, just like let me see what it gives me. Like it just gives me back junk a lot that I can't necessarily use.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I always say like give me gritty at like a Senate hearing or something just to see how it performs there, and it can't really, I don't know. It doesn't really get gritty, and it doesn't really get
I don't
this
know where all these
like
people are getting these crazy, really good renderings from. Anytime I type something in, it's like a blob. It kind of looks like what I asked for, but
Yeah.
it's not quite there, right? And then
yeah.
there's these
That's
other
it.
You
people.
got to
Yeah.
get really specific with certain things
I
and then
look at the
constantly massaging it and all that.
maybe, maybe I'm looking at the 100th try, but it, their query or what is it called? The prompt.
Prompt.
Yeah, the prompt doesn't look all that complex. It looks very,
Mm-hmm.
give me a warlock at night standing in a city with glowing red eyes, and then you get this like amazing, piece of art.
Maybe you got to use some kind of paid version. Oh, that guy's cool. I mean,
I
it's
do
just a
think
bigger
that
version
might
of the other
have
thing, but
something
it's
to do
still
with
cool.
it. So
Yeah.
um, I am considering
Holy shit.
paying just to see what I can get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, maybe concept art would be good enough to then pay an
Yeah.
artist and be like, this is what I want. Can you make this real? It's like
Yeah.
these are the concepts. Please do the assets or something like that.
I did see this was just someone writing on Twitter or whatever, but they said like they're a mobile game company and they're just doing sprite, like they just have a lot of sprite work, so
Mm-hmm.
they were using the AI to like get nicer renders for that. Like
Yeah, I mean, if I could get
yeah.
assets like animation frames based on the same, character design, I would use it. But like I said, every time I tried to get something, it just was not anywhere close to usable. I got some cool things. I did lots of necromancers and bone churches and things with like black light. It was pretty cool. But
Make any paladins?
I did not make any paladins, all necromancers.
Oh.
But
Oh man.
the like opposite of a paladin.
Yeah.
But they looked cool, but they weren't detailed enough. Well, there was a couple that were detailed, but I don't know. Maybe it's just when I see other people's and you look at it, maybe they crop it and they do stuff to it to make it better. But like there's like one eye is bigger than the other, or like the buttons don't line up with the coat, or the hands are definitely a problem, as everyone's pointed out. No, but it's something that I want to definitely spend a little bit of time with. Actually, I just got inspired. I want to write. I want to make a. I want to make an RPG, or a tabletop game. Like a skirmish game. And I was just thinking, what if I could use ChatGPT to help me write the rules, and the one of the art things to do the book art, and just try to do the entire thing using AI. I wonder how far I could get with that.
Yeah. Nice.
I did see someone make a comic once using ChatGPT for the text. So they had the ChatGPT write the text for the comic, and then they put the text in and asked the image AI to create a scene based on the stuff that the AI wrote. And it made a whole bunch of options, and he just picked the options he liked. He put them in the comic arrangement and made a comic book out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What image AI stuff do you guys use?
I've tried both Midjourney and Dolly, but only the free versions.
I've tried Midjourney too. I tried like a bunch of other ones, I think. I usually go with Night Cafe just because like oh shit.
Nice save there.
It seems to have like more options, and just like the user interface is a little easier, it feels like, than like having to type into Discord and know the commands for a bunch of the stuff. You can kind of just see, and it actually kind of seems like it shows the other, like the learning models. So it has like Dolly, or it has like the other, I don't know if it's like Stable Diffusion. Like it has the different versions that you can kind of use. So it's you can try out sort of the different models and stuff to see what they'll give you. Some, I guess, are better at composition. Some are sort of better at giving you something realistic, or like whatever it is that you might have put in, that kind of thing.
Cool.
And what specifically are you? I mean, you were using those like splash screens, right? Is that what you're mostly using it for?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've kind of tried to do it. Like, sometimes I'll try and experiment with other things. Like, I wanted like a nice volumetric cloud look, and so like I spent time like, give me volumetric clouds, or like just give me like clouds that look like they're sort of extra puffy, and I sort of wanted like Unreal Engine clouds, and maybe I might have even spent maybe like an hour trying to get it to give me that, and like it just didn't give me anything that I liked enough to sort of put it on a plane, even to kind of use in an image or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I did shoot like that. Actually, that. Oh God! Wow, that was unintended. There we go. That
Taking damage.
Oh, I forgot to. This is also a bug. This is supposed to go to the last boss fight, but I guess I still have the cutscene in. I tried to actually that student game that had the tower defense. It was like Minecraft look. Like they were trying to figure out the art style, and because the ground was blocky for gameplay, they were trying to figure out how their models should look and stuff like that. So I was like inputting different stuff to try and see what kind of look it would give me. Like Supercell mixed with Minecraft kind of stuff. But it was all kind of like junky and I don't know. Not necessarily even anything better than if you, I guess, were kind of browsing Pinterest or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
not quite
Cool.
there yet,
Yeah.
but it's. I mean, it's. I don't know. Every time someone, I'm not going to name names, but they have a very, they're very gung ho about its productivity increases, and other people, oh, it's a 30% increase in our productivity, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Even if you
Yeah,
got
that's
the prompts right, I don't see that much of an increase. And you might be, if you're not careful, it might waste your time more than making it
yeah.
better.
Especially
Yeah.
if you know how to make something and you're like, oh, let me try it this new way. Yeah, then it like I probably could have made some form of volumetric clouds or whatever, I guess, or painted something maybe that would have given me what I wanted rather than, I don't know, spending an hour not quite getting it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think part of it is also just learning what to use it for.
Yeah.
Like, uh, again with the depth or the breadth first search, I thought it was very useful because whatever, I don't know how to write a breadth first search, and it gave me it written as code instead of someone kind of describing it to me. And any questions I had about it, I could ask. Like one of the things was it labeled as the frontier, and I was like, what is that? What is the frontier? And it told me, oh well, the frontier is, or the list of things in the frontier list is the list of tiles that you've searched, but you haven't searched their neighbors yet. So that's what it uses to get the next neighbors that you search. And so it explained it, and I thought it was good. And I feel like even if it maybe didn't save me time, although I do think in that case it did, it was good for learning a new concept that I didn't know. But I agree, if I know it already, it probably won't be super useful.
Yeah. I asked it one time if it could do wall running for like this game.
Yeah.
I I was like it would be I kind of thought it would be impossible for it to give me code. But it gave me because I've looked it up before too. So it did give me like this what I would like the proper step by step if I was like going to implement it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of nice too that it was like look, that's a very custom request. Like, I don't know. I couldn't just like give that to you and like definitely have it work kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Zenis said, it definitely has a way to go. But yeah, it'll probably won't be too long until it's pretty darn good.
For something that we weren't even thinking about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It's come a long ways.
Yeah, it has kind of a lot of
Exactly.
these. Um, I do like that it tries to explain to you what it's doing. Like if you ask it to
Mm-hmm.
write a script, it will try to explain the script. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, and then you can have a conversation about it. Like I did one. I was like, "Why are you using recursion here? Couldn't you just put this in the update loop?" And it's like, "Yeah, but this isn't exact words, but the sentiment was, yeah, but it's probably better if you put it in a recursion loop because of this," and it listed out the reasons. And then I questioned it more, and I had a pretty lengthy conversation, probably like 6 or 7, uh, you know, replies, and it convinced me. I was like, all right, I think I see the value in this. And then I asked Christian, and Christian's like, well, I wouldn't do it that way either.
Well, recursion's important.
Well, I thought having recursion would be like tricky because one of my questions to it was like, well, what happens like because this won't stop? Like, what happens if I need to break this? And it rewrote it and said, you're right. This will only this won't break. You'll have a loop forever. So you got to do this to make it not loop forever. And I was like, oh yeah, I agree. Um, sometimes, like I said, I think the best thing that it is useful for that I am starting to do a lot more of is searching for things
Yeah.
because I just like, Google's crap and they're all crap and they're just trying to shove ads. People who pay for things, people manipulating the algorithm to get their stuff shown first. And I'm sure they'll do the same thing to ChatGPT, but
Yeah.
I can ask it a question, and I'm more capable of getting the answer that moves me forward with less time. Whereas before I'd have to go find the link. I'd be like, okay, let me go to that link. Oh, this looks promising. Read the forum post or whatever, and that would be like a big time waster. Whereas I could just ask ChatGPT one question: what is this weapon?
This is the Grogon.
Oh, okay.
These are just different plants that you can kind of spawn. These are supposed to be bouncy.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa, that one was.
They're like bouncy balls.
yeah.
I thought it was like a
Nice.
duplicator or something like that.
I mean, it will sort of if you shoot like another plant, it'll kind of grow off that plant.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I want to eventually like let you customize like what it'll sort of spawn off of the regular ground if you shoot. Because actually there's like a bomb now too, so I was like, oh, maybe it'd be cool if you like shot that and a bomb came out and then you tried to shoot the bomb at the enemy or something. But
Yeah.
this is the spacebar. As a sci-fi game, I'm required to put in the spacebar with weird stuff.
Yeah, of
I
course.
fulfilled my obligation.
For my 3D modeling class, my senior project was a space bar, basically. No people in it, because it was a slightly lower level 3D modeling class. But so I like the idea of a space bar.
And as a resident Star Wars fan, I of course approve of any and all space bars.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. There's an example of like something hitting you and it launching you a little bit.
don't fight the guards; they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Nice.
This was like a weird AI generated image. I just put that thing in with like snippets of like Akira stuff to see what it would kind of come out with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's
So
been
what's
an
your?
hour.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to
I
wrap
was
it up?
gonna ask. So a way to wrap it up. What's next for this? What are you working on next with it to bring it towards completion?
For me, for this game,
Mm-hmm.
um, I guess really kind of just getting in, like sort of cleaning up those boss fights, I guess, and just some of the bugs and stuff, and then putting in the like end game cutscene and then the middle game cutscene. Um, and there's like 1,000 little things, I guess, that I have like written down all over the place, but those are sort of the, I guess, just the big things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I guess yeah, just kind of put. I'm gonna. I sort of actually Zed, is that one bug that I had that I was like asking you about, where if you like load the game, you lose your coins and keys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I figured out a workaround of it. It still occurs, but I was able to catch it and revert it, so it would stop happening. Which was like I felt bad because then if you would get later in the game, you just kind of lost all the stuff you collected. So
Right.
um, that's kind of now that that's sort of fixed. I don't know. Like I'm gonna just try and get those some of those end cutscenes in and yeah, I guess polish as many of the bugs as I can, and then do early access in August is kind of the plan, I guess.
Cool.
Awesome.
I had a January. Actually, I don't know. Like I had January initially, and uh, in order to change the date, I actually had to like go through the Steam mods in order to do it. They don't really want you to like change the date that you say you're going to release it at.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess there's lists and people. As I was getting closer to the date, I kept getting emails from more and more people of like really selling their services, I guess. Like, we have this many influencers. Make sure you market your game with us, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. That stuff kind of happens, I guess. So
Yeah.
um, I feel bad. I guess I feel bad changing it again. But I was just going to do early access to kind of uh, keep working on it or see what bad if there's like super bad bugs.
Mm-hmm.
There's like little thing like there's controller support, but like the control like getting the controller to work with some of these UI screens is kind of tricky. Like if you select one of these with a controller, it also exits out of it in a weird way, and there's little things like that I want to or kind of try and clean up. Or I don't know how I'm gonna get like I don't know how I could get this to work with a controller, to be honest. Like it seems like it would be tricky. Um, and the back button's in the middle of the screen there, which is cool. Or this works. Like this is like rewired if you want to change whatever the sensitivity or like how the like you can change any of the controls, but I don't know how I'm gonna get this to work with like an actual controller. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Explicit navigation. This is just
What is
using Unity UI, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just
I guess
each one
yeah.
of those is a button. You're just gonna explicitly navigate it, and then press does a thing. Um, Something like that. You'd have to select the scroll bar, and then Unity UI does a lot of it automatically. You just have to explicitly set it up to go to the right thing. And then there's a lot of context shifting. So it's like, okay, well, you just brought up another menu. Then you have to disconnect the panel underneath it, set up the new panel with the event system. So it's not easy, but it's doable. But
Okay.
I would say all that stuff should be, you should consider that stuff beforehand, right? It's like, what is your what is your your main platform goals? And if you're saying, oh well, I'm releasing on console, well then you will probably want to do a controller first approach, right? So
Yeah.
everything works with a controller, but it conveniently also works with a mouse and keyboard, right? But if your goal is like, oh, I'm releasing for PC, right, and I'm just going to support a keyboard and mouse, and you've designed all the UI to work from that perspective, then it's going to be really hard to support. It's going to be more challenging to support a controller, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with it, but
just ask ChatGPT on how to use Unity UI.
Oh, we did. We got an asset for Unity that writes the scripts, right? So you can, right in Unity, you can type in what you want, for a script, and it will output a script on the object that you were requesting, that you had selected. It was not super useful, but it was cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, Rob, for anyone listening at home, where can they find more information about City of Murals?
That's a good question. Just playforphilly.com. Let's see. This may be the best. This is just the website, and then it'll be on Steam and itch. In August.
And they already wishlisted it on Steam?
They can wishlist on Steam. Go wishlist it now.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I should put
What is Go wishlist?
Oh, I just meant like
add it to your wish list.
I
thought there was
I don't know.
Special Go wish list. New platform.
Marketing advice demands I say a call to action when
go to the wish list. Press subscribe, click that bell, that kind of thing.
Don't forget to click the bell. Subscribe to the newsletter also. Do all those things.
Yeah, I was doing that to my students. I was during the pandemic. It's like smash that like button. All right. Yeah, it's a cool video. I like the video.
Oh, thanks.
Definitely.
Yeah, give me a cool thumbnail. I'll put it on this video.
Okay.
Yeah. With, I guess either, a screenshot or maybe even something that says City of Murals or something. I don't know.
I'll chat GPT. Give me a YouTube thumbnail of my face screaming with City of Murals behind it, and make the title of the thumbnail be a question. That's clickbait.
The perfect thumbnail.
Yeah, I feel like it would do pretty good at that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to kill the stream, and then we'll talk for a minute, and then...
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
To anyone watching, we're killing the stream. See ya.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Very formal.